What's up people, TJ here from Rugby, and today I'm going to give you the top 3 reasons I believe you're not making any progress with your training and what to do about it. How's it going everyone, TJ here from Rugby Muscle, as I've already said, back with another video. If you've checked out this channel already and you're a subscriber, if you're not, hit subscribe. If you're either of these camps, hit thumbs up. But if you've checked out this channel before, you'll know that there's a ton of information on the nuances of rugby training. There's an unfortunate truth, here it is, that training is fairly complex. Yes, we can make it look simple on the surface, but there is a lot of nuances which we need to explore with these videos, and that's what I try and do with the Rugby Muscle YouTube channel. Today, however, we're going to look at bigger picture stuff that you might not see because you get caught up in these weeds of training. And if you don't see them, you might fall foul to making one of these mistakes. So here are my top 3 reasons why you might not be seeing the progress that you want with your training, particularly in the gym, but this can apply to your conditioning or whatever. So number 1 is that you rev your engine way too much. One reason, probably the biggest reason I see guys, girls, people all over the world never make progress, and this particularly applies to the gym and with fitness, is that they get stuck in this seemingly never-ending loop. It usually starts by trying to do too much, either to make up for lost time or just because you don't understand how long it really takes to get properly big and strong or fit or whatever, and then quit for a period of time before once again trying to do too much. You see, the body is amazing at adapting. Look at the shape of athletes in all sports. It's pretty ridiculous, really, what the human body is capable of. The thing is with these adaptations is that they take time. Think of the latest iPhone. It's like an extraordinary piece of kit. Like, it's so good that I could be recording this video on it and you wouldn't even know the difference. I've actually recorded a lot of videos for the Rugby Muscle YouTube channel on the iPhone. So once again, thumbs up, make sure you hit subscribe. Compare that to the original iPhone that didn't even have a camera, and that by today's standards is slow and awkward. It's kind of crazy how much progress Apple have made with just the iPhone. That progress though has happened over 15 years. And although the iPhone is a very complex system, it's nothing compared to the human body, right? We created the iPhone, for God's sake. So you need to understand that it takes time to make adaptations, to make improvements. Now, don't worry, you shouldn't be looking at 15 years before you start seeing gains, but you should anticipate sticking at whichever program routine you choose for at least 6 to 8 weeks, probably 3 months. If you make that commitment, you'll start to see exponential or marginal gains that only start to come after a period of time. Gains that are usually missed out on when you're stuck in this never-ending loop that I mentioned earlier. By trying to do too much, you'll end up quitting, hurting yourself, or getting burned out. Now, you might think you're the exception to this rule because you're serious this time, but you're not. You're just not. One of those 3 things will happen. Then, after a period of time being a waste man, you'll remember that you want to achieve something, so you'll start again, but of course, you know what'll end up happening. Imagine if Apple only let their engineers work on the iPhone for a week or a month at a time before just starting again. Like, that would be ridiculous, but it's what folks do all the time with their training. You want to have the mindset of someone who's racing one of those long haul Top Gear type races. There's no need to massively rev the engine at red lights. It might feel like that's what you're supposed to be doing, but what's much more important is the route that you take, the state of your car, the less pit stops that you have to make. Gunning it and redlining the engine at the start is only going to cost you. Get going, move efficiently, keep your vehicle well maintained, and you'll be fine. So make some long-term goals and give yourself time to hit them. Go easy on week 1 and gradually progress yourself as the weeks go by. Before you know it, those weeks will have turned into months and you will see the upgrades, the progress, the gains. Get out of this never-ending cycle. Go easy on yourself with week 1. That's how you break the cycle. It's not by pushing yourself harder and harder and harder. Reason number 2 is not focusing on the physical outcomes of training. This one actually scares me because it just seems like completely ridiculous. Actually, maybe I'm the one that's ridiculous because I just cannot for the life of me wrap my head around this idea. You see, it's unfortunately common to see people do stuff just because. Like, there's barely any consideration for why they're even training in the first place, outside of the fact that they've just got to get in shape or they've got to get in shape for rugby. And then there's even less consideration for what they're actually doing to get in shape or get in shape for rugby. They just find a workout online, maybe it's a rugby player's workout, and they do it. Remember before how I mentioned how complex of an organism the human being is? It makes very specific adaptations to demands that you place upon it. Why a person would just place random demands on themselves is beyond me. It's wasting precious time, effort, and willpower on an outcome that is barely known or even acknowledged. Something has gone missing in the process here. Training, by definition, is pushing your body physically. It requires a good deal of effort. You should know exactly why you're doing this effort. It should be a specific outcome that you want. If you just copy someone else from social media, there's a very good chance that their outcome is very different from yours. And to go along with that, here's a super disappointing fact. A lot of these training sessions, particularly the ones that you'll see online on social media, aren't even targeting a physical outcome. They are there for likes and entertainment purposes. The likes, I can understand, it's just business, but the entertainment purpose is crazy. Save the entertainment for actual performance, like rugby, your sport. Who would you rather be? The player who had fun in their training, but got pounded every game on the weekend? Or the guy who focused his training on the physical benefits that he wanted to improve and then had fun doing the pounding? Now, this isn't to say that there is no fun in training. It just shouldn't be the goal of training, at least not the primary goal. If you focus on the physical outcomes that you want of your training sessions, rather than just doing stuff, you'll probably actually make a lot of real progress and you hit your goals, which in turn is going to give you more net fun. If you simply want to have only fun and you don't want to work hard, what are you even doing in the gym? This is a poor choice for fun. Go play video games or join your local five-a-side league or something. Going to the gym is a terrible way of enjoying yourself. It's just not a good way to get that outcome of having fun. If you're going to the gym, however, for physical outcomes, then focus on those physical outcomes that you want to improve and train to improve those physical outcomes. Stop looking for fun, stop copying, and stop doing what everyone else is doing. And finally, reason number 3 that you're not making any progress is that you get distracted by the noise. Another really good reason for focusing on those physical outcomes is that it eliminates a lot of the BS that is constantly trying to creep its way into your awareness, thanks to social media, thanks to TV, thanks to whatever. I'm talking about things like special sets, like drop sets or whatever, massage guns, saunas, that weird exercise that guys do with a weight plate where they hold it out front and they do it like a turn, like they're doing a go-kart. What are you doing? It's why it's so important to focus on the physical outcome you want, because once you view things through this lens, you can see this stuff for what it truly is, a distraction. If you're standing on a wobbly board and you're anything other than a beginner surfer, it's a distraction. If you cut your lifting short because you need to get in the sauna, you've been distracted. If you're doing a 5 to 10 minute Metcon to get fitter in a sport that requires you to be strong over the course of 80 minutes, you're getting distracted because you're not really focused on the physical outcomes you're trying to achieve as a result of your training. The thing is, on the surface, this seems so bloody simple, but in practice, it's really hard. Everywhere you look, there's another distraction. These come about not necessarily because they're useful, but because, number 1, as we've already spoken about, they can be entertaining content. And number 2, the same message of focusing on the process, the simple things, it doesn't just get boring, it gets ignored. So sorry if this bores you, but I'm interested in you making progress rather than entertaining you with gym stuff. If I wanted to entertain you, I'd do some sort of dance or something. Okay, honestly, I don't know what I do to entertain you, but it wouldn't be gym and fitness stuff. So again, gym and fitness stuff, it shouldn't be entertainment. It should be help me get to my outcome that I'm looking for. So if any or all of these 3 reasons for lack of progress resonate with you, I've got your solution. Look at training for the specific, physical, personal outcomes that you want. That's going to stop you from getting distracted with stuff that doesn't matter and thus doing too much. With each exercise and additional thing that you add into your training, ask yourself the question, what specific purpose does this particular exercise for this amount of sets, reps, distance, whatever, have towards getting me towards my goal? Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be Mr. Functional here. It's absolutely fine if that specific purpose is to get better looking arms. Just make sure that you're not sacrificing your more important goals for it or doing 90-degree curls on a Bosu ball, because that's not the best way to get better looking arms. That's kind of it. For your training, less can absolutely be more if it is directed in the right way. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, let me know in the comments below. Have you personally struggled with any of these three things? Did you manage to solve it? What specific outcomes are you aiming for? And or what often distracts you with your training? Let me know in the comments below. I also appreciate you sharing this video with your teammates. Subscribe if you're new, and of course, at the very minimum, smash that like button. But actually, at the very minimum, hit me with a comment answer to one of those questions. If you're interested in coaching so that you can train and achieve the physique and performance that you want without the guesswork or the excessive thinking, check out the link below and apply for Rugby Muscle Elite online coaching, or check out Team Rugby Muscle. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.